And my voice is going, so I gotta get Geno to do this for me.
Yep.
You say yes so we can get the ending thing better. All the way up. I'm in control right now. I'll tell you when I hand the controller off to Geno.
Okay.
Please enter the current time. You want to check it? It's around like 2 p.m. It doesn't need to be exact. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Accessibility settings. Oh yes, let's turn those on. Even though I already know the content warning stuff, maybe you could abuse that to speedrun. Abuse trigger warnings to speedrun. Let's do it.
I don't know.
Mentally ill cheat code. Show translation labels. No. Show content warnings. This will allow you to skip parts of the game. Show color labels. This is for colorblind people. For the part where like Stanley goes through the red door. Which I feel really bad for the colorblind person who just got yelled at. And these are translations on top of real-world text. What I like to do is subtitles, obviously, classic. I like to do large. I feel it looks better. And what do you want? Do you want to do anything else? Do you want
It's fine.
okay, field of view is good. Camera sensitivity up a bit, up by 1. Trust me, you'll thank me later. The like x-axis sensitivity sucks. Y-axis is fine, but I really wish they were unique so I can adjust the other one. Alright, ready to go?
Yeah.
And Geno is playing in 3, 2, 1, Stanley Parable. The end is never the end is never the end. I should really be on vocal rest, which is why Geno should be the one playing, but instead I like torturing my friends, and I must talk to do that.
Yep.
Plus I'm recording the video later anyways.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 4.
Geno, I need you to confirm some information first.
What?
Number 1, this is your first time playing Stanley Parable, like playing.
Yes.
Number 2, you've actually seen a lot of content about the original.
Yes.
Number 3, you have not seen the bottom of the mind control facility ending.
Yeah, I've not seen that.
Good, you're ready. It's not new from this game, it was in an update to the original. But it's really smart ass, it's great.
And although others
hold X to
considered it
skip.
soul-killing, Stanley relished every moment of the orders.
Okay, but next time you gotta skip it.
Though he had been made exactly for this job, and Stanley was happy.
Until Stanley got sappy,
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him.
When I'm done with all my assignments.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
What a bunch of
Never
jerks.
in all his years.
You know about the window? You can go through the window?
Yeah.
This
I did that on stream. That's how I ended one of my videos, actually, for Stanley Parable. Oh, spoilers!
Shocked, frozen solid. Stanley
Now, Geno, confirm to me that you've not seen anything about the Ultra Deluxe new content, besides what I've told you. So you don't know what happens in it? But you know of the bucket, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's gonna be a bucket.
Okay.
All of his
Would you like some tips?
gone.
No, I'm
What could
good.
it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Void.
No matter how hard Stanley
That's
looked,
the
he
anti-void.
couldn't
Remember? I
find
think
a
that was gonna be
trace
the
of his
thing.
co-workers.
Wait, go back. You're missing something.
Why?
Right there. Go to the left. No. Right there.
Oh.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the
Oh, by the way, Spam X. No.
Click
Okay,
a
you don't
door
have to do this,
5
actually.
times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No.
Fun fact, 416, which is part of this, is actually taken away with new content, in replacement with new content.
A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Geno's FNF skills are coming in.
Vibro taught me for this.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something.
I'll take the controller for a second, okay?
Reward for valiant
We need to. I'll take care. I gotta give his hands a break.
A willingness to go all the way no matter the
He's gonna break something.
20 clicks into door number 417.
477.
Oh, great.
Come
Now,
here.
go click a few times on door 437.
All right, Geno, tell me when you're ready to hop back in. But I do want to give you a minute just real quick so that way you can. Here's 437. Oh, right here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or
I'm
so.
gonna definitely have you do the final thing, though. You know.
Now, back to door number 437.
All right, we're getting somewhere. I just can't help but take the controller for this. It's so fun.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Geno's just getting the same experience of how he watched this trophy.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
So that command's actually really important because it teaches you that you can climb. Oh, by the way, there's an achievement for not being able to jump because you can't jump.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
This is the new content door once you beat the game.
Got it. Now the copy machine. Do that one again.
This guy really likes the copy machine.
Yeah.
All right.
Looks like he could,
Finish it up, Stanley.
Go ahead, Geno.
5 clicks on door
Do it special. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, we did it. Oh,
Ignore the fact that there's no trophy because it's already been done.
whoa, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could have.
Alright, go ahead and beat the game. Do the normal ending where you say no to the mind control machine. I mean off.
Alright. Alright, let's actually play the game for once.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I'm gonna guide you
he
through
entered the door on his left.
So the new content thing is going to be very fun. I might guide you through it, but it might take a bit. You got to go through all the
Yet there was
content.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might
Boss's
find an
office?
answer there.
It's like a bottle of water. Boss's office. You want to go to the boss's
Coming to the
office with a bottle of
staircase,
water?
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, go up. No, you'll check that out later.
That looks menacing, but whatever.
That's for the derealization ending. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have not.
Wait, Geno, quickly do the. Oh yeah, try going there. Just see if you can. You have to get an ending first. Now, please do 888. Give me the 8s.
Oh yeah, sure.
Stepping into his manager's office,
We'll
Stanley
wait
was
there,
once again
yeah.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
You got
What he
achievement,
could
yeah.
not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Geno's really making
And
this
so the
cinematic.
boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
I have that memorized for some
Stanley
reason
couldn't
now because of how much
possibly learn
I've
this.
gone down to the mind control facility. Oh my god, have you checked out the museum ending yet?
Incredibly, by simply pushing
I
random
featured in one of my
buttons
videos.
on the pad, Stanley
So when that one comes out, I'll send it to you.
code by sheer
Not because I want the views or anything.
He
Go in
stepped into
there.
the newly opened passageway.
What I want you to do is don't exit the elevator. I want you to go back in the elevator and then come back. You could do that.
Okay.
You can no, go in the elevator first.
So it's this way.
Go down. Yes. It's really funny. I promise. There's a. Oh, by the way, if you do the keypad thing too fast, like I do, he plays some new age music to calm you down. He's like, dude, take a chill pill.
Descending deeper into the building,
Oh, this is
Stanley
Stanley
realized
stream,
he
isn't
felt
it?
a bit
So I can't talk about
peculiar.
drugs.
It was a
Haha,
stirring of
good
emotion in
ratio.
his chest, as though he felt more free to
Hey,
think
they said
of
no
himself,
cursing, not to talk
to
about
question
drugs.
the nature of his job. Why did he
You
feel
chill
this
pill,
now,
now.
when for years it had never
I got a
occurred to
chill
him?
pill.
This question would not go
Okay,
unanswered
Geno,
for long.
go. No, turn around. Press up. I don't know if this is new with Ultra Deluxe, or if this is part of an update, or if this has always been available.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back out. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well,
Boss's
that's a
office?
great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Hey, look, I think there's some new content back there. Reach for it, Geno.
I'm sorry for those who are epileptic to seizures. Sorry for that. I just had to.
Nah, screw him. I can't even make that joke. Go back in now? No. Go back in the elevator.
No, because look.
This doesn't change
Here we are,
anything.
Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Go back to your...
What a
Go back to
decision
your
you've made to
487.
come up here and look at the office
427.
again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have.
You really
An
did.
incisive rapid fire of critical plot points,
Exactly.
one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of
People talking about wolf water in a few months. Be like...
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
What?
Oh no, I'm laughing at that. Not no.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, that's convenient in case.
No. That's for a different ending.
Oh, okay.
Well, I want you to get down that chair.
An enormous room packed with
You're not going to jump off. You're going to. Well, you are going to, but you're going to jump off
horrible
onto the
secret
pathway
did this place
when you
hold?
see it coming up. Now. Go.
Did he
Let's do
have
it
the
now.
strength to find out?
Why did you want me to do that?
Oh, because it's like for a thing.
Whatever.
Speedrun.
Oh, yeah.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
The rifles are molten in Flintlock.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
But the
That his
orchestra music
emotions
coming up
had been
behind this, though,
manipulated to
so good.
accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Geno?
Wasn't it?
There's a new
Was it
short
even
night on the
possible?
12th.
Had he truly spent his entire life
you wanna go?
utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, just check out the shorts. I think we should.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay.
It does not say silly birds. Do not believe him. It does not say silly birds. I thought it said silly birds. I was wrong.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was
A
it
real
over?
chill goes through my back during this section of the game now.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go.
It's beautiful to do it yourself, isn't it?
Or how to
Love
feel.
it.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
This really is a beautiful
Stanley
game.
stepped through the open door.
Also notice that the office never has an exit. You know? You ever notice that?
Stanley felt the
Which is
cool
what makes it
breeze
creepy.
upon his skin.
Also, this
The
game pretty
feeling
much
of
takes place in the
liberation.
backwards.
The immense possibility of the new path before him.
Remember that backwards
This was
movie trailer we
exactly
saw?
the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Skip the credits when they come up. This is how, because I gotta show you something. May I? Yay, we're restarting. I'm gonna let you do the actual ending part, but I'm just gonna do the speed run.
Okay, have fun.
It's okay.
All of his co-workers
I am
were
Speed.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh
Perhaps he'd simply missed a memo.
yeah, you gotta get like a few resets in before it works anyway.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Oh, do you want to check out the
he entered
Disobey
door
ending?
with
It's been changed from Minecraft and Portal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to try it out?
I
Or...
guess, yeah.
Wait, don't you have to...
Yet
Wait,
there
it's not
was
ending
not a
super long,
single
though.
person here either.
Well, you'll try it some
Feeling
other
a
time.
wave of disbelief,
Right?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Boss's
walked
office.
upstairs.
Also,
to
do you
his
want to do the
boss's
downstairs
office.
ending as well next?
Yeah.
Alright, well, guess what you can do now? Check this out. Hmm. It closed without working. You're in the same place, but elevator music. You ready for this?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Indeed.
That kind of anxiety isn't helpful.
Are you good at climbing
So
things?
he relaxed for a few moments
Try climbing.
with some calming new age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
It's gotta be like Jay Schlatt invented gay people. I'm confused. But I'm gonna have you do.
Yeah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
You're
read
gonna walk through the large
Mind
door?
Control Facility.
You'll get to escape eventually. That's how you get to the museum. I want you to hit the lights. I want you to climb up on that chair, climb on the desk, and hop the rails.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
You're
screens.
gonna have to keep.
What
you're gonna have to
horrible
jiggle it a bit
secret
on
did
that
this
one.
place hold?
Go from the
Stanley
left.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
You broke the game.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So, here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception.
I wonder
of
if that's
the
what's
value
called
of
on the
these
wiki.
updates. Isn't that what you
Or if it's
crave?
just a smart-ass
New
ending.
content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job.
By the way, if Parsons from Dystopia reposts Fresh the Canned Air one more time, I'm going to leave. It started out from mountains hikers, now it's raining exercise, really. It's just like supplementary oxygen.
Should've been careful, should've been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
You should follow.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Chase your dreams.
Raisins don't mean anything.
Good job,
You
did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
There. Now what?
Okay, now, you gotta check if new haunted doors there. If it's not, you can go into the stairs.
Gone.
What new
could it
content
mean?
door?
Stanley
It's
decided
where
to go to the
416
meeting
was.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, okay, go into the stairs then.
Go to the stairs?
Go to, or, well, do you want to do, well, why don't we
When
do
Stanley
the,
came to a set of
go through
two
there.
open doors, he entered the door.
Go through the
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
also-
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
You like to admire
It
it?
had really been worth the detour
Really is a
after
nice
all,
room, though.
just to spend a few moments here in this
Like,
immaculate,
if I was walking through the
beautifully
back rooms and
constructed
suddenly
room.
found this, I
Stanley
appreciate
simply
it.
stood here, drinking it all in.
And then Stanley left. I'm the narrator now.
Eager to
You're
get
fired,
back to
Kevin
business,
Lighting,
Stanley
Ken
took the
Writing.
first open door on his left.
Geno walked through the door right ahead. Straight ahead. Not that one. Straight ahead. See, I'm the narrator now. Geno walked through the door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Stanley got up onto the lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
Geno
we've
had
gotten
a
off
hard
on the
choice
wrong
to
foot
make.
here.
Should he
I'm
jump
not
or
sure,
not?
Emily, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else
But
can
Geno
be
decided to
difficult,
jump.
but the fact is that the story is... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
This is the story of a man named Geno. Or should I say, a boy named Geno. He'll get there eventually. Geno sat in his basement all day and got to 0 pin now. Alright, go ahead. Did you
All
want
of
to
his
check out under
coworkers
the
were
stairs or
gone.
no?
What could it mean?
Stairs.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, yeah, we gotta go one more as well. Okay. You just gotta keep
When
playing.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley entered my asshole. He entered my asshole.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Go ahead, go in there. Check out what's behind you, though. Into the stairs. There's no Stanley there yet. Dude, we'll find out why.
But Stanley
Keep
just
walking
couldn't
around.
do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss,
Vague themes of
admitting he had
mental illness. More
left
like
his post during
derealization
work hours.
and
He might be
disassociation.
fired for that. And in such a competitive
Just keep
economy,
going.
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Other small, tiny
And at
differences that
last,
would
he
change
came to
every
the
time.
conclusion that had
Like
been
the
on the
game,
tip of his
PT,
tongue.
playable,
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
La-di-da-di-da.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
It's not the right
explanation.
one.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Do you feel
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Do you feel it?
Let me wake up,
Do you
he
feel
thought to
him?
himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
My wife.
All I want is my life exactly the way
Covering the
it's always
subtitles for
been.
Geno.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
So does that mean Stanley takes normal pills?
I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariana.
Wait, what?
I thought you did research.
Mariana woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Pretty good, right?
I guess.
Alright, check it. You're enjoying it, right?
It's okay.
And this is just the stuff you've seen before.
Pretty much.
Have you seen that one before?
Actually, no.
That's cool. Well, that's an ending that was in the original and just never saw.
No, this isn't the
Some
right
people
office,
just don't
is
take
it?
turn paths.
Is this Stanley's office?
But what? I don't think I've ever seen that dialogue before. Ooh. Yeah, go ahead.
Well.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Back up and face forward. The game, no, other way. Back up. I meant back up to it, not turn around.
I didn't know what you meant.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't clear. Alright, just say it like that, and back yourself up a bit. Oh, there you go.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra
It's Alex
Deluxe.
Hirsch.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yep.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
You said the thing.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Geno can't wait either,
Okay,
can
so
you?
far it's an elevator.
Yes.
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Do it in a minute.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Don't jump all 36 times. You do have limited amount.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Try jumping.
How do you...
Now try jumping in the circle. Now try jumping outside the circle. You can only jump inside the circle. Go ahead. Jump once or twice more. Go down to 30. Now move on. You don't want to waste all your jumps. Go wait for more content, bro. It's so good.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Why was I expecting the bridge to just break and us fall into that void?
You would like to get to more content? Yeah.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
See, the new content makes you friends with the narrator, unlike when you're kind of at odds with him and everything else.
Oh.
You know, so with everything new, you've bonded over the last 10 years. Now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
Oh.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Stanley, come over here.
Try going to the door.
In the vent.
No, the
I
door.
want to show you something.
That door?
Yeah, that door. Don't go into it, though. Don't go in.
Why?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Now go to the vent.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Go in. I really like that dialogue. He's just... Because he's in our social news class. You can't go out there. Just keep going. Yeah. This is the part where he kills you. Chapter
The part
8.
where he kills
Chapter
me.
8. Chapter 8. The part where he kills him. PlayStation trophy. The part where he kills you. He's going to kill you. It's such a good game, man.
I know.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe also really good.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation
That always says Zone Sweet
Remember
Zone.
back in October of 2013,
So memory
when the game
memory.
originally launched?
Here's
Back then,
landmines.
video games had integrity.
Look at the
Back
clock
then,
even.
it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Turn around. Look at the inspirational poster on the wall. No, go back. Go back. Go to the right. Yes. Go. Ah, yes, try 13. Let's get there. Go left. No, look left. I meant. Go back to the desk. I'm getting very confused. Look left. Look up. Our first kiss. My first car. The release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. That's when it was taped on Good Times. That's just screenshots of the original game. Turn around. Check out the... No, to the right. No, because it happened with Stanley Parable. A trip down memory lane, and then if you look down there, it's actually like the CD to the soundtrack. Which is up on Spotify, by the way. A Realistic Dollar. The demo. Unachievable achievement, turn around a bit. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. A bunch of nominees for different things. There's the news, which is just Stanley Parable releases, and something about Rutgers goes from scandals to new crisis. The Mariella ending up there. Stanley Parable deals tough choice. Just keep going. Yeah. Man built a shrine to the Stanley Parable.
Is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Don't go down there, not yet. Go to the original. Go into the door. It's just screenshots. Go to the left. That door.
This door.
Yes, that door.
Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Check out the room a bit.
Stanley Parable is both
the door on
a
your right,
richly
Toby.
stimulating commentary
Why
on
is
the
there a
nature of
convenient
choice in
blue and
games,
red?
and one that offers some of the most
I think that's like-
enjoyable,
oh,
surprising,
blue door, red
and
door.
rewarding choices I've
I always
ever
thought it was
been
like the
confronted
Italian
with in a
flag.
game.
I always thought it was in. I saw it and this thought
The
Nintendo
game was
Switch.
perfect.
Maybe it
It
is on
didn't
the
need
Nintendo
anything
Switch version,
else.
though.
It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved
It says
franchise.
something different on, like, Nintendo. I assume it's the Switch on Switch and Xbox on Xbox. Turn around. Oh, that's the serious room from 2013. I don't know how to get that ending, honestly.
Oh, this. I remember seeing
What
videos
ending
on
is
this.
that?
So basically, if you like try to, I think what it is if you try to access stuff like via like a debug menu of sorts,
Oh, yeah.
you get put here.
Yeah.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer
Do you know what it is?
games.
No.
I haven't looked at these in years.
Look at the
I can't
review
even
cosmetics
imagine
and
what's
tell me
been
what it is.
collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Turn around.
Honestly, I could not
Do you know what it is now?
this game.
Oh my God, it's Steam review.
Get it?
Oh
Shut
my
up.
God!
They've seen what Pressurized Gas. I think that it's like that for every version,
I'm not trying to be
except
funny.
maybe the PC
Trying to
version.
make a serious work of art. I suppose I
keep
could
going.
write
There's the
up a
recommended
handful
one
of
right here.
games to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical
going.
insights that I can't even imagine
Ignore
how
everything
the
else, just
root
keep
stick
going.
them.
I assume the green reviews are the good ones. Keep going.
The recommended one right there.
He's only
Let's see what
listening to
this
the bad
one
ones.
says. While the idea for the
No,
game is
it
good,
doesn't put 3.1 hours on the
for someone
record.
who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise...
Oh, by the way, when it gives you the skip button, you're just going to keep pressing it, okay?
I feel
Ignore everything else.
like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's
9.8
happening.
hours.
I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you
looks
skip
completely
ahead
different
for
from the
just a
Stanley
moment,
Parable,
sure,
you know,
it
it's
couldn't
beautiful.
hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Just keep pressing.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot.
gonna
I'll
seem
pop
sad.
you forward in time so that the... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute
There's no way
I
other way
start to
past
go
this.
off on a faultless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
3, possibly. He'll just, because his dialogue starts looping until you have to skip it.
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Look around.
I have had
There's no more
time
door.
to think about
There's
you
been no
and
door for a
about
while.
us and about everything we've been through.
Yep. You know what to do, Geno.
What? Where did he go?
He'll come back.
Where did he
Just
go?
keep skipping. He'll come back. This isn't the game, by the way, I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's a bit annoying, isn't it?
Please skip.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed.
Where's comedy?
Where's the funny?
Where's
the narrator? Where is he?
He's gone. And soon, so will you be.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
He's
is never
doing
the
that. That's
end,
me on the
is
loading
never
screen.
the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
And he's gone again.
You're gonna keep skipping until you literally can't anymore.
Oh.
It's gonna start breaking down, that's fine. You're gonna be left in desert. It's gonna look like Journey. You're actually playing Journey. Oops. I gave Journey a shot once, and I couldn't find it. Like, figure it out.
The sun.
Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. So much for vocal rest, am I right?
Yeah.
We're through. Let's go drive in this power. Yep. Geno skipped forward 32 hours.
Oh. It's the same. It's the same room. Well, that's new. Oh.
Yep, go through.
Okay.
And just keep walking. Until you find the Stanley Parable.
What am I supposed to do?
Just go.
That's
Remember extreme delay, so he doesn't know.
That's new. Alright. Let's do it. Do what?
Oh, give it a minute.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
Go.
New
Oh,
content.
good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Did you know that,
Do I know that what?
you'll see.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Yes, you see,
Yeah,
isn't this far superior
Right,
to
there's
a
a lot.
measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience,
We get, like, a
built
big
from
ass
the ground up.
perspective, right?
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
So we're gonna get big ass
I love this thing at the end.
I know, this is what IDK becomes.
Thanks for attending my meeting.
I put that on my stream, on my first stream too. It was very fun.
Now, to be clear,
I sound a bit different right now, guys. I'm losing my voice.
Exactly the Stanley
I
Parable
screamed a bit
2
too
is going
much.
to be. But let's take a look at some of the
Which is
features
not
I've
surprising
been
for my
developing for
personality.
it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting
But,
concepts,
Geno, when we move in together,
then surely
Geno,
the
'cause
game
that's
will
what we
sort
need
of
in this
naturally
economy.
spring up
You gotta
around
get another
them.
housemate.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a
Geno, look
fuzzy
behind you, though.
magic than anything scientific or logical.
I screamed out a lot of things. New features. You're on the red carpet right now, Geno. Go on. I'm gonna have you do the honors, but I'm gonna take control for a second.
Alright.
Alright, Geno, so this is very cool.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some
we
of
gotta-
the features.
We're gonna go to the button thing in a minute. Real quickly, I want to do this part for you. Just because you're gonna end up doing the... Oh yeah, by the way, guess what's back?
The jump circle!
You know
Let's
what,
do it.
Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Yeah, 3 minutes is what we need. I used one more jumps than you. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I did, but you get to use the last 10. I thought you were supposed to use up all your jumps in the beginning before you could move on. But here we go, Geno. Diagram is about the whole entrance. Infinite hole, more hole, depth, space, science, more, infinity, falling. Opening, surrounding area, depth, infinite, rim. Distant future, distant past, distant space-time, distant space-time. Hole like infinity.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a meat. You see, isn't it wonderful?
Now, Geno,
One of my more ingenious
don't do it.
concoctions, if I
Do
say
what?
so.
when he tells you to do
Now,
something, don't do it.
Since
Don't
you've
listen.
gotten to see the infinite hole, you can
Don't
press
do
the
it.
teleport button to pop back up to the
We can
top,
work with 3
and we
taps.
can continue onward.
Don't do it.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I don't know, Geno. It's doing like this.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite?
I want to throw a rope down a like
Well,
really deep
that
hole,
sort of depends
like
on your
infinitely deep
definition
hole,
of infinity.
and just
From
see
one
if
perspective,
the rope ever
infinite
hits the
is
bottom,
merely
you know?
philosophical in nature.
Like
It's
an
more of a-
infinitely deep rope.
Okay,
An infinitely deep
well,
rope,
good
an
for you.
infinitely
You
long
found the
rope,
bottom
and
of
throw
the
down an
hole.
infinitely
You
long
found the
hole.
outstanding.
Will you ever
And
be able
liar
to
and
get to the
cheating
bottom
is
of it?
so clever.
It'll do.
Look,
And then back
I
up.
think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What
No, I can
normal
go back
person
up, but
actually wants
give it
to
a minute.
fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me.
I want you to jump
Maybe
back in the hole,
you're
by the way,
problem.
immediately.
You jump back in the hole.
Immediately jump back in the hole. Press
Okay.
the button up.
Things got a little heated
Give it a
there.
minute.
I think we
You
both
see, the
said some
narrator wants
things
to be your
we
friend,
didn't
though.
mean. Why don't we just put
Balls.
all this behind us and agree
Yes.
to just call the whole
Balls, indeed.
mostly infinite?
Balls, yes.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm
Now go
very
back in.
excited to show you. Oh, for heaven. You see?
Oh, for
I
heaven's
was
sake.
right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you
Jump back
decide
in the
you've
hole.
had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back
Go
up
back
to
up.
the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is.
Don't do it,
Shame
don't do
that
it,
my
don't do
lies
it.
come to
It's
haunt
soft
me.
lock now.
Not only is the hole
The narrator
not
won't let
infinite,
you back out.
but it's
Don't do
barely
it,
even
don't.
a hole at this point.
Get away from it.
It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive
Get
dip.
away. You will get soft locked and you will have to reset. And let's be honest with you, no one wants to do that. It's not worth it. The narrator's like, no, I'm tired of this. And he leaves. Go to the button that says the player's name. Are you ready to hear this game say Geno? That doesn't work.
Okay.
Go left.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you
Hear
think?
your name in the
Ultra
game, Geno.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's... For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
You're Joe,
what do players
James,
really
Dave.
want? And of
Look up.
course, the first and most obvious answer is that they
the
want to
button?
be individually recognized and validated as people. So with
Gonna
that
say
in
Geno.
mind,
Go ahead and
my
click it.
first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful? Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name
Just
Jim.
keep pressing it
But
when
of
you get the
course, in the
option.
final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you... Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay
It doesn't go on
Jim,
forever, like
then
there's
you'll
an end to
never
backstory,
understand
but-
the impact of this
You don't have
button.
time for that?
Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
You're not Jim anymore. Wait, go back.
Maybe I'll only let people
Go
named
back.
Jim play the Stanley Parable.
That's segregation,
too.
and I don't
They
support
would
it.
appreciate. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it,
You don't get
Stanley?
anything yet. Go back.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Don't go up that stairs. That's Sangs World Champion. You can't go inside there. You're gonna go to the left. And you're gonna go in that trophy hole. Reach in, grab it, pull it out. Trophy hole.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Yeah, turn around. You could just leave. Wasn't worth it. Can't reach inside that trophy hole. Now you got a decision to make, Geno.
What?
I want you to pick the option that you don't like.
What else? What
Go
other
in that
exhibits
room.
haven't we
On the
seen
left.
yet?
No, that one. To the right. That one. I want you to pick the get well someday option.
Okay, I'll be honest, I
Okay.
haven't yet decided on this one.
No.
I think that in the new version,
Turn around.
the office could use a bit of decoration, like
Turn
balloons.
around.
But I'm
You're missing
undecided
it.
on
It's on the wall.
Get Well Sunday and Happy 12th
Pick
Birthday.
Get Well Sunday.
Which
Someday.
would you go with?
Go pick Get Well Someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy
Me.
12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Alright, you're done now. Go through the other door. You got one more thing
Or
to do.
actually, maybe I should have gone with...
left.
No,
Yes,
I've made
go
my
now.
decision, we're moving
What?
on.
You'll see.
A common complaint
Da,
of
da, da,
Stanley
da,
Parable was a sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem of the game.
Look up.
It's
Look
the
up.
Stanley Parable Reassurance
Da, da,
Bucket.
da, 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 da.
You see,
Remember that one?
every
So
time
drop
you're
that.
holding the bucket,
Da, 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 da,
it's true.
da,
As long
da,
as you
da, da,
hold
da.
onto the bucket, the many
Pick it
disorientating
up.
contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring
Pick it
cognitive
up.
dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
Come on, narrator, speed it up. Where's the
It's a
skip
much
button?
more convenient solution for
Want my bucket.
actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the
Narrator's
bucket
got a hot
is
voice,
the
though.
perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
This bucket has a bomb in
Can
it.
you feel it? The glow
Spin
of
around now.
comfort,
Go out the door.
even in the
Wait for it to
face
open.
of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more
All those bucket
awaits you
benefits.
in the Stanley Parable 2.
Now you have to buy the game for like $40 as DLC.
Does anyone
this is
give
just
out
the demo.
awards
Go to
for
the right now.
most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
No, oh, okay, yeah.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Oh, look, they already changed the walls. Like, check out the wall thing.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, okay. Keep going, though. You're gonna do the collectibles now, and now these are hidden around the game, and you gotta collect them, and I know where half of them are. off the top of my head. The other two, two-ish, we should be able to find naturally. Just keep walking towards the light.
Collectibles. Now
It does seem like you
that's a
stop moving.
real
Don't
video
listen. Just
game.
keep going.
In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley
Now, do you want to collect all these and
what's
unlock
truly
the
innovative
true
is that
ending?
there will be no reward for
guess,
collecting all of them.
Cool.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Now what?
You're gonna... I'll do it. I'll do this part for you.
Okay.
Hello, Rudy Fox, 2016 here, and welcome to my did now. My did. Oh. I gotta find the actual exit of it. Oh, there it is, I think. Yeah, here we go. Just watch, Geno, just watch. It's great. You're loving this, aren't you?
It's alright.
That's his way of saying he loves it. He will never admit that something I like is good.
Ready to move on now?
But it's fine, because he likes Friday Night Funkin', so I don't care about his opinion.
Shut up.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video.
I'll be in the back. I'll shout guidance with my broken voice.
It's going to
I'll
work.
just tell him the
There's
danger chair.
definitely a good game in there somewhere. So, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
The jump circles
This
around the
isn't
hole.
a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh.
But if you pour water on a rock, time after time after time, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Alright, Geno. Now what we're gonna do here, this is the story of a man named Stanley. It's all the same. We got the
All of
balloons
his
now.
co-workers were gone.
Can jump.
What could it mean?
I lied.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I closed the door. I'm in control now. The
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket.
Now get ready. Now this changes every ending to be something new.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
Are you ready
chest
for this, Geno?
and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the
Do you want to
meeting room.
immediately lose the bucket, by the way?
No,
Great.
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Have you-
The cargo lift.
Now, do you want to get to the what is
Now
comedic
ride the lift all the
timing?
way to the top.
Where do
There's
you want to
something
do
up
this?
there I need you to do.
I think I already showed
Stanley
you that
did
one,
not
didn't I?
question why or how
What
this
is
bucket was speaking
comedic
to him.
timing?
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about
There
this
you go.
obvious fact.
Go ahead.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
Now, Gene, you may
and
be
he
asking yourself, was that
unthinkingly
sign
did
there all
whatever the
along? And I
bucket
checked
asked.
before unlocking the bucket on PS5 version. It's there the whole time.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets
It
past
is.
this
It's
point.
actually there the entire
Stanley,
time.
how could you think it was okay to
I'm not
bring a
even
bucket
joking.
here? Unless...
I assume
What's
it's
the
new
problem is
for
that
the
you
Ultra
actually
Deluxe version,
don't
but
know
still,
what
like, it's
is
there
a
from the
bucket
beginning.
and what isn't a bucket. I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
The room represents good boys to be after, like, The Sims 3.
Okay.
No, Gino, look at that. Look at that. See, there was the stick in there. And then you just instantly see the human sitting
Now
there and
then,
get sad.
I'm going to run you through some test
And this
scenarios,
is water.
and you'll tell me
Pour
whether
water
or
on
not
the rock,
thing I'm
nothing
showing you
happens.
is a bucket. Simply enough,
Alright,
right?
Gino, turn-
This should
turn.
tell us everything we'll
Uh,
ever need
no,
to know
yeah,
about
I mean, look
what
down
is
there.
or is not
Yes,
a bucket.
you'll have it, but
Okay,
look at
let's
the bucket.
begin.
Is this a bucket?
Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Alright, try this one.
Item
Maybe
2.
not.
Is
Is
this
this a bucket?
a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I can see the look on Gino's face right now. It's the exact look you think it is. A mix of what the hell
Item
and
3.
betrayal.
Is this a bucket?
Third time's the charm.
Correct.
Call
This is a bucket.
Well, how happens if you get them all correct?
I don't know.
Item 4. Is this
Okay.
a bucket?
Alright.
Not a bucket.
Alright.
It's a tractor.
If this game has taught me anything for these three problems,
It's no. It's a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor.
okay.
Not a
Alright. I feel like most people
I
would
just sort of
select
put this one in
yes.
here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Thank you for making my friend Gino look like an idiot, though. You've unlocked the rest of this game.
Is this a bucket?
Okay.
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Somehow.
Item
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
I
Item. Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
You just see Stanley's dead body on the conveyor belt. Is this a bucket? Yes. Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes. That soundtrack.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
It's a good
Am
bucket,
I
yes.
a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing
There it
this.
is. This one.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had
No.
to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Was everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful. We're not buckets.
And you were a bucket,
Yes,
and
I
you
actually
were
feel
a
much
bucket,
more at
and
ease
you
right
were a
now.
bucket.
It's delightful to get some
And our
clarity on that
neighbor
issue,
was a
but it
bucket.
doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything, and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know
Everything's a
that it's
drum.
all
Everything
a
is drum.
bucket.
Can
But if you run
someone,
into anyone else,
Willie,
maybe
be a
don't
drum?
mention
Can you
that.
make a Willie
Who
go
knows
rum
what
pum
that
pum?
information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Day to come.
It's a good song. Real lyrics. Now, here's what I want you to do.
What?
I want you to go to the mind control facility.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would... Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
There's like a countdown thing, right?
And do you know how to stop the countdown?
Stanley clutched
No.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, did I just kick you? I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Still no one was here. Stanley
Just not
needed the
being
bucket's
fired.
warmth
Don't
and
get fired.
comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Boss's office. Go into the elevator with the bucket. Wait, hold on. Elevator with the bucket. See if you can. Alright. Knock it out. I want you to take your like bucket to play theme park. No, go into the bathroom now. Go into the boss's bathroom.
Where?
Right there. No, to the left. Well, to the left. Behind you.
Oh.
No, not that one. To your right now. That one. Yeah.
In here. Oh.
We found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Now you're about to get
Stepping
two.
into his manager's office,
four,
Stanley
three.
was once again stunned to discover
Two,
not an
4,
indication
5,
of
8.
any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down
2,
into an
8, 4, 5.
emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, but Stanley
There's a point in this where he'll just open it instantly because he's tired of you.
all along. Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Now don't go in the elevator yet. Go to the right of the elevator. Not there. Right of the elevator, right there.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley
Stanlerines.
Oh, what about Stanlerines? Yes,
I like
think
Stanlerines
like
the
that.
best.
Another
They grow on me.
Stanlerine under your belt.
I'm not against name Fig Leaves either, but go ahead and go down now. Look at that. Yes. It's okay, Geno. It's not
Dang
gonna,
it. I was trying to like press the button and get out at the same time.
They wouldn't make it possible.
Dang. Imagine if you did though when you
I feel
got
like it would load you into this anyway, because they're not going to program a snarky joke for that. Geno
The
finds
elevator
new
raced
endings.
downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Remember when the
Soothing
machine, like
him,
Chapter 3 is
comforting
ending?
him, reassuring that
Yeah.
in his
Prepare for it
darkest
to happen
moment of
to you now.
uncertainty, he would be all right.
No.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
You want to try turning around?
Sure, what happens? Actually, never mind.
Well, yeah, we'll do this another time.
Yeah.
Stanley and the bucket walked
Press
straight
on.
ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Watch all the images are buckets.
The lights
Alright,
rose
now here's what I
on
want
an
you to do.
enormous
I'll
room
do it for
packed
you.
with television
Okay.
screens.
Speedrun
What
step.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to
You honestly, you
themselves.
actually don't even. It's like actually possible to do it.
Monitors jumped
This one it's also possible,
and
but it's a bit
Stanley
harder.
nearly dropped the bucket in
But like,
shock.
because you gotta go longer
Everyone in the office was
on
being
it.
videotaped, monitored like guinea
Like
pigs.
by the time you
The
get
bucket
to it,
had never seen anything like
it will
this,
stop
and
having been
very
worth
nearly
it.
burst into tears.
There will be no time
Stanley
saved.
cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Alright, here we go. I want to try. This one you can't do it.
Control
Because you need to wait for the
influence
elevator to
as
go up.
well. Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own
somewhere
life
something
in
like,
someone
"No!"
else's control. Never! He squeezed the
No!
bucket tighter.
You know,
His
so
one
I got
friend
bucket in
in the
here.
entire world.
No!
At this point,
wanna
he
play
could
this game
trust
with the
no
bucket.
one except for the
Here
bucket.
we go, we got the actual official bucket.
But here was the proof.
I wonder if they'll make like bucket
Part of the
plushes.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy
I would buy
or
a
sad
standing
or
ring in real life.
content.
Press on.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality
Although the
of
bottom
this
of the mind
place
control
began to
facility
sink
does
in,
also have a different engine.
Stanley
Press on.
decided that this
System power.
machinery. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
The bucket is sentient.
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
What?
Silly
Silly birds.
birds. The control buttons became
You can press the buttons though. Those take you through the different birds. Press the one on the right. There you go. Those are some silly birds. Some silly birds. More
Stanley
silly
flipped
birds.
through one video of silly birds after another, and then it
Keep looking
dawned
at silly
on him.
birds. Pick your favorite
This
silly
wasn't
bird.
a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds.
No, keep going
all
now.
over
Make sure you
the
see them all
world.
first.
The
And then
mind
leave them.
controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all
That's a
along?
pretty silly bird right there.
Stanley
That's a pretty
marveled
silly
at the
bird.
metal genius
That's a
in
silly
his
bird.
hands. The one
That's
who
actually
had
live
pointed
footage
him
from,
towards
the
this
beach.
incredible discovery.
No, go ahead. Go
Stanley
to your
and the
favorite
bucket
silly
never
bird.
found
Oh, you missed my
freedom
one?
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
This is bird
Of
gifts. I
all
love
the
it.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the
Your
best.
favorite bird is a tit.
And
Okay.
Stanley was
I
happy.
think we all know why. What's the plural for tit, huh? For the bird. What's the collective noun, actually? Do you know it? For a bird?
Birds.
Collective noun. A flock of birds.
Okay.
A troop of monkeys. A murder
All
of
of his
crows.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
Maybe
to
I'm
go
gonna
to the
turn
meeting
right
room.
there.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right?
I don't know. I think we're just going mad.
Alright. Well, that's the point of this game. Pick up the bucket.
The confusion and the chaos
Go ahead and do whatever you
all
want.
seemed to melt away.
you wanna do the
as
confusion ending with the
Stanley
bucket?
embraced the bucket.
Oh, the one where we go
Stanley
insane?
touched the bucket
Do you
tightly
say
to his
anything? No,
chest
the confusion
and
ending. Go to
entered
the right.
door on his left.
Go to the right, because I don't know niches.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Yeah, you
No,
can't do any of the two
never
doors
mind.
in the center.
The bucket was
Unless
wrong.
there's like a different... Okay, don't go there.
Stanley took the door
Go
on
to
his
the
left
right.
to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk.
It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there...
We are becoming the settings world champions.
Why does it feel like it's only been specifically 1 hour? Even though it feels like it's been like 3.
I know, right? This game does that to you. Settings world champion. Geno, look at me. I'm so cool.
I know.
I'm adjusting all the sliders.
This is the story of a man named... This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is the... Okay, come on. Put the volume already. So imagine goes. Geno is getting tired of me doing this, but it's fine. Do you want to do main volume, or do you want to do that one later? Well, you're the fastest hands in the West, right?
Yes.
I have them for other reasons.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I really just want to really get this achievement. And I think that's a testament to how good this game is, though.
What?
So remember, 72. Yes, we'll get back to it in a second. And 6 as well. Okay, so 72, and we got to return this one to 6. I don't think the language one matters. Alright, this one was at 80. So I think that this is it for Settings World Champion, and I think there might be, because there's one more slider thing, but I think we've got it already. Like, I think because I've done it already in the game. I don't know yet. We'll see. Like, when you boot up the game, the lore thing. Okay. Sounds like you're... What's with you and licking today? Like, Zen, you good?
What?
Why... He keeps talking about licking things.
Okay.
Oh, there's a label for this one as well. This should be the last one though. And then I think if we go through the new content door, which I don't think we have access to anymore, I wonder if you had to do it then and there, or if you can go in there eventually again. I think you just have to get the achievement probably, right?
Isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting
What's your
right
Geno's
here.
real
Let's
reaction
take a
to
look.
that?
What is comedic timing? What is comedic
comedic
timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh,
You're to laugh
and
when I
then
say the word
spell
impasta.
out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming,
Geno.
"I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. It's the last I can do. I'm losing it, you know. I'm Dunny with the funny. It's a bad time for the game to freeze.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good
I've
comedy.
been cut off with it.
Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting
we've
hard
been
data from your
talking about
audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow and learn as a comedian.
Noodles to me.
An
He said, I need
effective
you to
survey
check other
should be
people.
no
I need
less
to know
than
if it's real or
10
if it's an
pages long,
imposter.
and should include the same question
Wow.
reprinted several times, just to ensure
Here's
the
my
survey
Google.
taker is actually
I'm
paying
Dunny
attention
with the
and
funny.
not simply
Like,
throwing answers at
Here's my
random.
Google
And
Google
that's all
Forms
there is.
survey. If you mind
These
filling it out.
strategies at your disposal.
Geno, please verbally
You'll have
confirm that you filled it out.
doubled over in
Yes.
laughter, and even
filled it
tripled
out.
over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper
They're doing this
comedic
achievement
timing
on
are
PC
still
rather
as
than
relevant
multiplayer.
today as they were back
I
then.
found out what's in the
So
world's
with that in
champion
mind,
room.
I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
They will never set the sliding sliders to every possible setting.
This time,
Your Honor, they will.
really
Your Honor, the player will never do that.
You'll be in stitches.
Achievement unlocked. Settings champion.
What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Is the narrator going to say I'm done with the funny?
You can upgrade the bump velocity for getting Saints World Champion.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door
And
on the
listen to
left.
him. And then we'll get the rest of the Stanley.
You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Never mind,
Here
don't
we
listen.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the
He's gonna keep
bucket
his
came
thing
to a set
until
of
you
2
really
open
want. Just do
doors,
it.
they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch.
Are they going to play it again?
Video again.
But like at 10 times speed.
Surely that will help me improve my...
Oh, no, they're not. Oh.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... It's as though all of your other...
Oh, it's this!
You've seen this ending before?
I remember this. You can somehow get on top of the map and just...
No, this is an ending.
I heard
Yeah.
that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? So, is it a delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so mental. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Are you ready to get more Stanley's?
I guess.
You've seen the other, like, 2, right? Do you want me to grab them?
Yeah.
Hello, Professor Tosicino, and welcome to Stanley Hunting.
As soon as he found a new space he felt safe in,
Figurine Finders meeting today in the meeting room.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Geno's laying on the floor dying right now. I don't know what's wrong
And
with
here
him.
it was. Had
He's
the
experienced
bucket
too much
turned out to
bucket.
be
It's
full?
overtaken
Was
his
this
body.
No, never mind. The bucket was
This is what
wrong.
happens when you bucket too hard.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the 2 of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Alright, accidentally went through the wrong ending. Whatever, there's a mission under the stairs. We just got... Geno, the completionist's instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation room, to be honest. So, here's the thing, we're gonna have to reset the game like 5 times in order to get the thing. Mission status, a large room. Oh yeah, here we go. Somewhere both red and blue. Stairs, something to do with stairs, a large room, lots of boxes. Okay, so. Geno, we'll do the stairs one, right?
Coming to a
and then there's 2 more,
Stanley and the
which I can get.
Upstairs to the
and we don't even have to check out the endings either. But we can't take the bucket with us next time.
Going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlets. What do you think?
What do you think? What do you prefer?
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic...
Geno is valid, thank you.
You get from seeing a small number in the
Geno is
your
base.
screen go up by 1. I'm sure it will
Oh, by the way, you right-clicked all these again? But we're gonna have to end stream soon, so that way we can reset the game, the actual game itself, like 5 times to get the lore part done. It's fun, though, I promise. Yeah. Then you gotta reset the game again for the epilogue.
No.
So we should probably get the figurines first.
Is this Stanley's office?
No. So this is Foxy playing, because Geno's laying on the floor dying.
Yep. When Stanley came to a
but he'll be back to it soon enough. Geno is actually dead right now. I killed him. The Stanley Parable that we're playing right now is actually poisoned. Remember, Geno, you can only play it 4 times. If you play it a 5th time, the virus gets really unleashed on your computer. Remember that? No, sad. No, Geno, don't die. That's from Zan, not from me.
Took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
he wasn't fired years ago. Why don't you follow these nuts, my friend?
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then.
Life.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anarines. None of us can.
The world will end when you collect them all. Actually, I don't care, guys, except my phone crashed. Ooh! Geno!
What?
Did you see that? Oh,
Stanley
shit.
had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Yes, it is, Geno.
That it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Check this out.
So far off the beaten path. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and
I come when that happens.
It must be so...
I genuinely come when I hear that in a movie. Totally 100% true. Not making that up at all.
Stanley thought to himself,
Definitely don't hate that twist or anything. Nope. Why would I?
Coming in. How is that
Come.
possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
I'm the doormaster now. Are you the key master?
A set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. And
Alright, Geno will be playing in just a minute.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
But once we collect this last Stanlerine, we gotta end the stream. If you collect the final Stanlerine, do you have to end the stream?
Stanley was so bad.
Yes, the answer is yes.
It's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
But Geno.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
The Fox and Geno Plays episode on this game will be very fun.
Investing your trust in someone else
Because this game gives us the choice to go after whatever ending we want at whatever time.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Because that's different.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really
I can do
do
games.
want to
It's
help
different than a
to
playthrough.
show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me
Do it.
prove that I'm
Do
on
it.
your side.
Do it.
Give me a chance.
Collect
And
it.
there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real
Geno, they just completely changed
this
the name.
is doing something just for the
Stiggly
sake
Wiggly.
of doing. Where so many people expect to be rewarded
This is probably
for
not how you unlock
trivial
the epilogue
achievements,
at all.
you've
Why would that be
insisted
true?
that a job
Definitely
well
not.
done is its
I'm
own
not
reward.
telling you
I
at
would
all.
tell you that I'm
Stanley
proud
Parable
of you
3,
for collecting
Book
them,
of the
but that
Boyfriends.
would be like a reward, and we can't have
I
that.
have a screenshot of
So,
that.
instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Which is saying goodbye, goodbye, good friend, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go.